सौरभ पण लेट आला आज. Very good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Sanket Charka, this side from Siagat Institute's Savitribai Phule, Pune University. We have started with the fourth chapter of Legal Aspect of Business, in which we are starting or we are dealing with the concept of Indian Companies Act 1956. Earlier in the British era or the British regime, it was only called as Companies Act. But now, since the independence era, the new law has been passed, it has been enacted, and hence from the year 1956, that is 1st of April 1956, this particular act or law is called as the Companies Act 1956. We have also seen what is the meaning and definition of a company with respect to the provision that has been made in section 2 of the Indian Companies Act. The features of company with respect to incorporated association, separate legal entity, limited liability, perpetual succession, separate property, transferability of shares, common seal, capacity to sue and being sued, and lastly, the separate management. Then we have seen classification of the companies on the basis of incorporation as chartered, statutory, and registered, as liability, limited, unlimited, and guarantee, as to members of private and public, as to control with respect to holding and subsidiary, and lastly, with respect to the ownership, which is either the government company or a non-government company. Then we have seen the various explanation with respect to differentiation or distinction between public company and a private limited company. Then the explanation with respect to the various types of companies and what are the various privileges and exemptions of a private limited company. So what are the additional benefits? What are the various additional concessions that a private limited company enjoys? So any company which is not a government company, all rest of those companies will be called as a private company, which has been registered with the ICA, that is Indian Companies Act 1956, along with the registrar office, that is the ROC, that is Registrar of Companies Office at the respective district or respective state authorities. So these particular slides shows you the different types of companies which have been registered as to producer, manufacturing, limited, unlimited, section 25, holding, subsidiary, government, and foreign company. Incorporation of company, we have also seen these particular steps with respect to the steps for the formation. So what are the various steps that everyone has to undertake? Have we completed this? Let me know. Memorandum of Association. It is a fundamental rules regarding the constitution of the company. Yes, I think I have taken. Contents of memorandum: name clause,
Yes, sir,
registered clause, object clause, liability clause, capital clause, and association. Now starting with the next point, that is articles of association. Now in terms of articles of association, it specifically mentions about the rules or regulations which each one of us has to follow. So any member, any person who is working in the organization, that is all the employees in the organization, with respect to their proper division. Now how the employees have been divided in a particular organization, whether in 3 levels of management. So in case of management fundamentals, you must have heard that there are 3 levels of management, that is a top level management, middle level management, and the low level management. So in this case, every person, every participant, every employee, in whichever category or in whichever level he falls, always every person is having its rules, regulations, guidelines, roles, responsibilities that he has to follow. So all those rules, regulation, guidelines have been mentioned in the articles of association. Now, memorandum is a chartered document. Memorandum is a compulsory document which each and every organization has to maintain. It is compulsory. But in case of articles of association, it is not compulsory. It is optional, wherein a particular company, they can draft or they can prepare the articles immediately, or they can prepare the articles after a point of time, but they have to prepare the articles. So a certain feasibility, a certain grace period has been provided for framing of your articles. Whenever we look for a certain organization, now whenever you will be joining a particular company, or whenever you will be joining any organization, whether it is in India or whether it is outside India, what does the company says you? और आपने बहुत लोगों से सुना होगा कि कंपनी का ऐसा रूल है. So what does it mean? That these particular rules have been specifically mentioned in articles of association. So anything, whenever a particular HR manager or your marketing manager or your finance manager, they says you that these are the rules of the company, these are the rules of the organization, these are the certain regulatory guidelines that you have to follow. ये आपको करना है, वो आपको करना है, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा, वैसा नहीं चलेगा. So when this particular person is quoting certain type of quotations, then here in this case, what we are meaning to say that all these rules, they have been led, they have been said, they have been specifically mentioned in their articles of association. In case of a particular person, now you are hired. Now, for example, today Mayuri got placed, earlier Saurabh got placed, Vivek got placed, Akash or someone Akshay got placed. So what happened, whenever they are joining a particular organization, they are being provided with the rules, regulations and guidelines of those company कि आपको कौन से rules follow करना है और आपको कौन से rules follow नहीं करना है. That is which is applicable and which is not applicable. How should be your conduct or code of business or code of ethics in the form of organization. So these particular rules, regulations, guidelines, frameworks, everything is been mentioned in articles of association, and it is mandatory for a company to frame those particular articles. A major thrust or major focus it has been given for articles of association with respect to the top level management. Now, in case of your top level management, who are the constituents or who are the participants? The chairman, the managing director, the board of the directors, the respective either corporate heads or the business heads who are the participants of the organization. So all these participants form the top level management. In the middle level of management, all the departmental heads, and at the lower level management, all the executive staffs or all the subordinate staffs have been mentioned in the low level management. Articles of association specifically focuses bit very less on middle level and low level management, but it more focuses on the concept of top level management. So what are the duties, responsibilities of the top level management? What are the duties and liabilities and responsibilities of the chairman, managing director, finance manager, board of directors, and so on? So all these rules have been mentioned in articles of association. It includes the regulation contained in the table A of schedule 1. So here in this case, the company or the organization can prepare different schedules also, that is schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, schedule A, B, C, and so on. In the same fashion, a particular format has been provided, and the particular format or table A, a particular structured document you have to prepare, and that particular structured document has to be filed with the ROC, that is Register of Companies. Any document which is being prepared by a company, whether it is memorandum of association or articles of association, that is it is either called as MOA. MOA stands for Memorandum of Association and AOA stands for Articles of Association. So here in this case, any document that has been prepared or any rules, regulations, guidelines that have been mentioned in Articles of Association, you have to see that all the board of directors and all the respective chairman and managing directors sign the document very carefully, and unless and until the document is not been signed, unless and until it is not been submitted with the ROC and the approval or the authentication or the acknowledgement from the ROC has been taken, the document cannot be treated as a perfect legal valid document. So in order to get it registered, in order to get it approved from the ROC, we have to see that the chairman, the managing director, and all the participants of the AOA sign that particular document. You get it filed with the registrar, you get the acknowledgement from the ROC, and then only you can call the articles as the registered articles. Otherwise, it is not a registered articles of association. Deals with the rights of the members inter se. Now, inter se in the sense, what we are trying to see with, that is the rights, duties, responsibilities of the members of the organization, that is the employees of the organization with respect to yourself, that is आपके self की responsibility कितना है against yourself and against the organization, against the employees and against the company also. So all the rights have been mentioned in terms of articles of association. Articles are subordinated to and controlled by the memorandum. So here primary, that is who is superior and who is inferior. Memorandum is always superior and articles is always secondary. So primary importance, primary focus has to be given to the memorandum, and secondary importance is given to the articles. Why? Because memorandum is the chartered document. Memorandum is the compulsory or mandatory document. Without the without the existence of the memorandum of association, your company cannot come into existence. And for the filing with the registrar, for completing the application, filing the memorandum of association or preparing of MOA is mandatory. Without seeing your memorandum, the ROC will not give you the confirmation or the approval, and your business firm cannot get registered with the organization, with the ROC. So here in case, first comes the primary comes the memorandum, and secondary comes the articles of association. Contains rules and regulations of the internal management of the company. So how does a company will undertake their internal management? All the rules, regulations, guidelines about the internal management of the company are mentioned in terms of memorandum of association. So here in this case, we have to see about what are the various rules, regulations that have been mentioned, what each one of has to follow, what are the various rules, regulations, liabilities of each and every individual, and everyone has to follow, and we have to see that everyone is properly aware of those terms, conditions, and rules. So unless and until it is not been communicated properly, we cannot say that a memorandum is into existence. So a proper communication, proper coordination between the members, employees, organization has to be undertaken, and it has to be communicated in an effective way. Contract between the members and company, and they shall abide by the rules and regulations of the internal management. So here, what I have quoted earlier, that between the members and the company. So when we say that Mayuri or Akash or Akshay or Saurabh, they will be joining a particular organization, then what they will be doing, they will be signing a certain document. So whenever we say that we are signing a particular document, that particular document is either called a service agreement or a agreement between the employer and employee, or an agreement which is of a certain nature, wherein the termination policy, wage rate policy, rules, regulation, guidelines, everything. That particular policy is being signed by both the parties. Who are parties to this particular contract? The person who is accepting the offer, the person who is accepting the offer is the employee, and the person who is giving the offer, that is the employer. So ये सारे रूल्स रेगुलेशन आपके बीच में जो कुछ भी है, वेज रेट पॉलिसी आपका कितने, वट एवर थिंग्स यू हैव डिसाइडेड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू योर कॉम्पेंसेशन, योर ब्रेकअप ऑफ योर CTC, that is cost to company, what are the various leaves that are made applicable for you, all these guidelines have been made or have been mentioned in the articles of association, along with your termination policy, your if any service bond is made applicable. ये सारे contents आपके memorandum articles of association में आ जाएंगे. Contents of articles of association. So first, the thing that you can see here is powers, duties, rights and liabilities of the directors. So board of directors along with the chairman and managing director, of all these particular people, what are their powers, what are their duties, what are their rights, what are their liabilities, everything is been mentioned in articles of association with the single perspective. So what we have to see that if a person is not oblying, if the person is not complying with the duties, rights and liabilities, then accordingly you can pinpoint to the articles of association and you can say that as per the articles, everyone has to fulfill these particular contents and then they have to comply with those norms. Excuse me. Hello? Huh? Huh? माझ्याकडे कुठे स्टुडंटची आयडी आहे? हां 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 बरं बरं ठीक आहे ठीक आहे चालेल. हो हो ठीक आहे ठीक आहे. हा गेला ना त्या मुलांना? ठीक आहे ठीक आहे चालेल चालेल शुअर. हो ओके थँक्यू मॅम. माझ्या लेक्चरच्या मध्येच कोणाला येतं? हो ना. Second point, so powers, duties, rights and liabilities of the members. So whosoever are the members of the organization, the members may be related to either to the middle level management or the low level management. Every person who is the member of the organization who has purchased the share value or the shares of the organization, or who is the employee of this particular organization, all those rules, regulation, guidelines have been mentioned in the articles of association. Next thing comes with the rules for the meeting of company. So what are the various meetings that a company has to undertake? When, what will be the frequency of meeting? Who will be the participants? What will be the quorum? What will be the agenda? What is the norms that they have to follow? Duration, time duration, who will be chairing that particular meeting? Everything, all rules regarding the meeting, regarding the conduction and conclusion of the meeting will be mentioned in articles of association. Dividend, the policy with respect to the declaration of dividend. So if the company wants to declare a certain amount of dividend, so what will be the rate of dividend, during what frequency it will be paid, at what rate it will be paid, it will be paid against which shares, that is equity shares, preference shares, bonus shares and so on. Accordingly, all that particular norms with respect to the payment of dividend, how it will be paid, whether it will be paid in cash, whether it will be paid in installment, whether it will be paid in accounts, whether it will be paid in terms of shares or so on. So all the policies with respect to the dividend, everything will be mentioned in your articles of association. Borrowing powers of the company. Borrowing power specifically means your increasing of liability. So whenever we say that the liability, if the company wants to raise a certain amount of money in terms of capital, so how the company will raise, which will be your bank, wherever the banking transactions will be undertaken, where will be the powers with respect to the signing authority, whether that is whether the chairman will sign, whether the managing director will sign, whether the board of directors will sign. If board of directors are going to sign, how many board of directors will be signing? If board of directors signing, which person or which participants of the board of directors will be signing, who will be signing and so on. So all these things will relating to the borrowing powers of the company. If the company has to borrow, then they have to borrow from the private equity, private organizations, public organizations, non-government organizations and so on. So from whom the borrowing will be undertaken, all these norms will also be mentioned in articles of association. Call on shares. Now call on shares with respect to which type of shares. First thing that you need to identify is which type of shares do you want to issue. So in case of call on shares and transfer and transmission of shares, that is if the company wants to raise the amount in terms of shares format, then whether it will be equity capital, preference capital, debenture capital, loaned capital, which type of capital you are going for. Now for example, if you go for equity, then what will be the authorized capital, what will be the subscribed capital, what will be called up, what will be paid up, what will be the first installment, what will be the first call, second call, third call, final call. all these things has to be clarified and it has to be specifically mentioned in the articles of association. Are you following? Do you know all these particular terms that I'm mentioning? Or do I need to go in detail? Please respond. Otherwise, एक सारा अगर एक बार skip हो गया ना, then it will be very difficult for you to understand the culture of company. Hello? No response.
Yes, sir, I can understand.
Okay. So call on shares, first call, second call, third call, fourth call, final call, all these call on shares, how many calls has to be taken, what will be the rate of that particular call. For example, if the first share, if the share price is, if the cost or value of the share is rupees 10 and the first call is called for rupees 1 or rupees 2, then what will be the value of the second call, what will be the value of the third call, what will be the value of the final call. If at this stage, now for example, going further, that is transfer and transmission of shares. That is, if a particular person comes forward and he says that I don't want to purchase your shares further and I want to transfer these shares from the name of my husband, my wife, my father, mother, children, brother, or so on. So what is the transfer policy? Transmission of shares, if you want to see that, if the particular person does not want to purchase the share and he wants to get back or he wants to remove from this particular subscription mode, then what is the procedure of transmission? Forfeiture of shares, if you find out that a particular call was being made and accordingly when the call was being made, the particular person has paid the first and the second call, but if the person is not paying the third and the final call, then what should be done? Whether the shares has to be forfeited, that is forfeiture of shares, and taking back the shares of the particular company from the shareholder. So a particular shares can be also forfeited if the shareholder is not paying the shareholder is not paying the call money in time. So what should be the time given for payment of a particular share? That is, if the time given is for 1 month, then in what days it can be extended? That is, it can be extended for 7 days, 8 days, 15 days, 14 days, 30 days, 35 days, and so on. So forfeiture of shares. So what is the policy of your forfeiture? That is, if you want to repurchase the shares of that particular shareholder, if you want to cancel the share that has been allotted, then how the shares will be purchased, what will be the buyback policy, what will be the payment of the or what will be the settlement policy. That is, if the company has purchased the share, if the person has purchased the share of rupees 5, then and if the forfeiture call is for rupees 3, then how the particular amount will be paid, by which bank the particular forfeiture money or forfeiture amount will be paid. All these policies, norms, terms has to be clarified, and then the forfeiture activity is been undertaken. And lastly, the voting powers of company. Voting powers in the sense, whenever a particular meeting is been called. So what we have seen, rules for the meeting of company. So whenever a particular company is calling the meeting, so in that particular meeting, if any decision has to be taken in terms of voting power, so if the voting is been undertaken, then what will be the voting powers of that particular members? So whether how many voting power is available with the chairman, what is the voting power of the managing director, what is the voting power of the board of directors, what is the voting power of the shareholders, and so on. So all the voting powers of the members, shareholders, directors, everything has to be identified, and then the policy with respect to the voting has to be undertaken. Voting policy with respect to the percentage of conversion. So if the 40%, 50%, 70%, so that percentage is also has to be defined, and then we have to say that which is the proper voting power with respect to the constitution, and accordingly when the decision can be confirmed or approved by the organization. So these are the various contents with respect to articles of association. There are different types of so unlimited companies, company limited by guarantee, and private companies must have their own articles of association. Now here in this case there are three types of companies which have been specifically mentioned. That is unlimited company, company limited by guarantee, and private companies. So here these types of companies must have articles, which means they don't have any option. Along with the memorandum, they has to maintain articles of association also. But a company which is of a public limited company, for them a certain feasibility, for them a certain grace period is been provided, and after a point of time they can fulfill those norms. But preparing of articles is mandatory, but immediately preparing the articles at the time of registration of company is not mandatory. They can take the period of at least 1 month or 2 months from the ROC, and accordingly the AO, that is articles of association, can be framed and it can be filed with the ROC. Major consideration, articles must be printed. So anything, whether any document that you are preparing in terms of either whether it is a memorandum or whether it is articles, it must be printed properly, it must be documented in a proper format, and accordingly it must be divided into say different tables and different sections. So in the last slide we have seen that the articles are prepared in form of table A, and it is also having schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So accordingly a proper tabular format and a proper table in the format of table A, and in terms of proper schedule, it must be printed, it must be properly documented, and it must be properly stamped. So here in this case it must be divided in paragraphs. So what are the various paragraphs that has to be included? The paragraph with respect to directors, with respect to members, meetings of company, dividend, borrowing policy, call on shares, transmission, forfeiture, voting, all these things has to be mentioned in a specific paragraph, and accordingly it must be clear and self-explanatory to all the people. Excuse me. Hello? Huh? 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 आपणच त्यांना सांगितलं ना आम्हाला पाठवत जा. बरं ठीक आहे. हा चालतंय ना. ठीक आहे ठीक आहे चालेल चालेल. हो. अरे बापरे, तो मलाच टाकतोय सगळं राजेश. डिरेक्टर सीपीसी ला पण टाकत नाही. आधीचा पहिला मेल पण त्यांनी मलाच टाकलाय, फक्त मला आणि रोहितला. हो 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 ठीक आहे चालेल सांगतो. ठीक आहे त्या सौमित्राला मोड. ठीक आहे मी हो या नक्की तिला मेलच टाकतो मी, म्हणजे ती व्यवस्थित करेल. हां हां ठीक. हॅलो हॅलो.
Yes, sir.
अरे यार परत फोन तिथूनच. हॅलो. हां येस मॅम. राईट. हां हां हां. I'll check out. And the next emails, next schedule that you will be sharing, you can share it with the students and us directly also. No issues. Okay. ठीक है sure. Yeah, no issues. Okay. Students will end. Thank you. I have to check for that interview schedule. Thank you everyone for joining. Link